You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ13 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Welcome to another episode of our series talking about handmade, historical handmade, and how it changed up until today. We'll be talking about another handmade technique that you can meet in Poland. Enjoy!
Handmade, history and present times. Welcome to another episode of a series of interviews with handmade artists from Poland. You will find the original interview in a previous episode. Obviously, that's in Polish, but I decided that there's no point translating it word by word. I just summed it up for you in English to introduce this technique to you. We have introduced Teresa Nosal. She is 88. Just imagine. She lives in Czerwonak, nearby Poznań. What she makes? She makes incredible works with dry straws, dried flowers, and various pieces of dried corns. Those are wreaths for yearly dożynki. This is the name of this end of summer celebration, a festival. She makes occasional decorations for churches and such decorations for those end of summer celebration or festivals. You might assume that's niched down. Yes, it is. You're right. It's very niched down. And as we decided as our Oplotki association that that's a technique, like handmade technique, that seems to be dying out, there is quite enough reason to talk about here in our podcast. Teresa is a self-taught artist, and her work depicts breathtaking patience. It feels that nowadays, in our hectic-paced times, there's not many people left with such breathtaking patience. Straw after straw, and piece after a piece, one movement after another. A piece of handmade art ranging from 50 up to 60, or even up to 1.5 meters in diameter. Such work materializes in her hands. In a way, magical. As Teresa admits, she collects materials herself. With care and attention, she handpicks the right straws that are not too ripe, not too fresh. She knows exactly what moment they should be handpicked. That's a skill. Oftentimes, she prepares them before they are placed inside her works. Some straws get wet in water to be more plastic. Some, like oat for example, she irons down to emphasize golden color even more and add a stiff structure to it. She knows her material. They all have one thing in common. All those straws. They need to be saved before combined harvesters irreversibly destroy corn structure, and she won't be able to use them in her works. Small decorative flowers, little wreaths used for Christmas decorations. Finally, huge works of art that she prepares for liturgies or harvest festivals during the end of summer. When preparing big works, she starts with a sketch on paper. This one-to-one model she then transfers to a wooden structural base covered with cloth. On such a foundation, she places all the minutest details of dried stalks, blades, ears, and flowers. She uses wood glue and hot glue sometimes to place them in the right order. Nobody tells her what it's supposed to look like. She designs that and does that all on her own. Her story of trial and error method for finding the perfect shape, motive, or materials that she uses in her works is a journey through stressful failures right before the end date for a given project, and small victories when she managed to decide or design a perfect solution right on time. Her works are inspired by pilgrimages, church visits, random talks, and structures of nature or natural materials that she uses. Impressive works that take long hours are depicted by her as something that gives her a reason to live. She glows when she talks about her works. I must admit that it was a pleasure to sum up her story. She remembers minute details and step-by-step process of how each of those works was made. I was impressed. I was full of admiration when she told the story of a work inspired by Poland entering European Union, a huge moving globe decorated with dried ears of oat and corn, topped by a blue flag decorated with corn stars. Just imagine a couple of liters container of glue that she needed for that. That might give you the idea of how much work she needed to put into that work. Traditionally, each harvest festival wreath that she makes at least once a year, as you may imagine, needs 7 types of corn. You could listen for hours of how she delicately placed those pieces of linen, millet, oat, barley, wheat, corn pieces, one piece after another, to create such beautiful, huge works. She mentions she has never had somebody come to her asking for lessons. As she admits, nowadays people lack in patience necessary for such work. They lack the heart and devotion, as she says. Do we? Do we really lack patience for handmade? Do we just admire old school techniques, or maybe is there somewhere someone who could take Teresa's work and pass it on to new generations? If you know something or know somebody working with this technique or somewhere close, you need to contact us. We don't want this handmade technique to go dying out. See you in the next episode.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.